Women are aging out of the dating market and men are leaving them in the dust. We've got a video for you here today from Men Only. Don't forget to subscribe on your way in, and let's jump into it.
How much money should a guy make per year?
Just wait. One of their answers just might surprise you.
Easily 400,000 or more, easily. 40K at most.
And there we have it. All is not lost. A young woman with actual realistic expectations.
That's my boyfriend. My boyfriend's manager at Walmart. He makes like 45 most. I'm embarrassed that you're proud of that.
Really? When there are so many better reasons that someone should be embarrassed.
If you ask these women what kind of jobs that pay over $400,000 a year, they won't be able to mention a single one that doesn't either involve business or selling something illegal. They only see money and they want it for themselves.
Your boyfriend is the supervisor of Walmart. Yeah, absolutely not. That's embarrassing. My boyfriend pays for everything. He pays for our groceries, my gas, our apartment, everything. Okay, and I'm independent.
When they say they're independent, it kind of makes you wonder how much money they make, since they have such high expectations in regards to how much their future partner is going to make.
You can't be independent if your plans involve trying to find a titan of industry and leeching off of his salary. That's quite literally the polar opposite of independence.
You wouldn't date someone with less than 400K?
Absolutely not. Joke's on you because my boyfriend is thriving.
And that young lady, might I add, not only has realistic expectations, but also is supportive of the man that she is with, is going to make some man very happy and very lucky.
She has no business being embarrassed for anybody. She's the one who's clearly single and couldn't get a man for any longer than a few weeks at best. This is what happens when you keep your standards high and the quality of your character low.
I'm going to say that again. If you are stuck worrying about a man, he is not worrying about you. When you worry about a man, that puts you as a girly pop. It takes you out of your juicy, flowy, feminine energy and puts you into your masculine energy, where now you're trying to control the situation. You're trying to make sure that there's a plan and that everything's taken care of and that everything will go according to plan. So that's you being so in your masculine that is trying to control.
That's exactly what modern women want a lot of the time in relationships. They want a man to lead while also being in complete control of the relationship. And this is something that is impossible and ridiculous. They can't trust a man in any capacity, and yet they want a man in their lives. It makes no sense.
That also is trying to worry, that is trying to come up with a plan. What we're going to do instead is come back to ourselves and say, okay, whether this man chooses to text me or not, whether he chooses to make plans or not, whether he decides that he's invested in me or not is none of my business. I know I am worthy of investing in. I know my energy is my currency. And how can I best use my energy right now to level up myself?
If her energy is currency, it's hyperinflated to the point of being completely worthless. She has absolutely no power over the men that she wants, and these men aren't going to take her seriously because there's nothing worth taking seriously.
Do I need to go get my nails done? Do I need to go to the gym? Maybe I need to just sit down and read a book for once, put my phone down and breathe. Maybe I need to go on a walk. What can I do to make sure that I feel so safe in myself right now? I'm gonna go and do whatever the fuck that is.
It's funny watching these women try to claim that they're going to get a man by not caring about them, but they go and get their nails done, read books, and go to the gym while still obsessing over these men by trying not to think about them. I mean, make it make sense. Just a quick reminder, guys, I have a second channel. The link is in the pinned comment. Make sure you go and check it out. Now back to the video.
Dating in your 30s, it's starting to feel hopeless for me. So I went on a nice dinner date with a guy and we're having pretty good conversation. Of course, he's asking the getting to know you question. So he asks me if I have any kids, and of course I say no, I don't have any kids. I ask him, oh, what about you? And then he says he has 3. I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, I mean, every guy's by now, I'm like, okay, everyone has kids, so it's expected.
You can tell that she's bothered by the fact that she has no kids, and this dude she saw has 3 of them. Modern women have made it clear that the only ones who are allowed to have kids and still dating are all of those stunning and brave single mothers.
Then he says, we listen, we don't judge. And I just look at him, I'm just like, listen, we don't judge? What? He goes and he says he has 3 baby moms. Now to me, 3 baby moms, that's a red flag. That's an automatic red flag. Because you had 1, 2, And if you're going for a third one, that's like, I think that's stretching it. And then he adds on to the conversation, I don't mind having a fourth one.
What she doesn't understand is those are the types of men who will still be interested in her. She waited until her 30s to start taking things seriously, and the men she wants see that as a massive red flag.
I heard a girl the other day say that it's gonna be hard for her to find a boyfriend because, like, she's a lot and, like, not everyone can handle her. And I fear that's literally the whole point. If you were for everyone and compatible with everyone, then dating wouldn't be this difficult. I was single for 10 years, and I'm a lot. People have always said I'm a lot. And they always told me that I needed someone who could handle me, as if that was a bad thing. So basically, it was always kind of reframed in a way that I had to be less myself, and that never made sense to me.
There's nothing to be proud of by saying that you are too much for men to handle. What that really means is that all she brings is stress, chaos, and endless entitlements. Men don't want that.
I was like, okay, if I have to be myself forever, because unfortunately, like, I'm stuck with this personality, this is who I am, how am I going to meet someone and, like, tone myself down and then not be myself? Like, does that not defeat the purpose? Although I overall had a very good mentality and I am naturally a very confident person, I'd be lying to you if I said those type of comments didn't get to me. And between you and I wasn't myself with pretty much anyone I ever dated. Because I let that get to me on such a subconscious level that I just didn't know how to be myself fully.
It's impossible for a woman to be herself when she has no real identity outside of being a spoiled brat. She's not willing to compromise on anything. She's stubborn and unwilling to adapt to the sensibilities of a man who just wants to take care of her.
Some people that saw, like, enough of me, but then I also feel like I would try to, like, play some type of part around them, which was silly. But the point is, being myself mattered. The first night that I met my boyfriend, I was forced to be 100% myself, which was not the most natural thing for me when I was meeting guys, but it's what happened. And thankfully, that means I'm with someone who doesn't think I'm too much. My friends think he's on crack for saying that, but he has described me as chill on several occasions. And he embraces all those parts of me that people kind of judge, and I embrace the parts of him that people might judge too. It's not only women who can be too much, by the way. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents. If you're struggling to find someone who is compatible with you and fits you because people keep telling you that you're too much, that's a good thing. Just saying. Okay, see you later.
You can tell that her quote-unquote boyfriend, if he exists, is a massive simp who's been forced into submission and just blindly agrees to deal with her because it's easier than trying to fight something that refuses to be pleasant.
This might hurt some feelings, but caring how much a guy spends on a date is lower class coded. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position to say this. I've been lower class, I've been higher class, and I was surrounded by the elite long enough to know that they do coffee dates, they do walk dates, they have enough money and security themselves to not evaluate a guy based on how much he's spending on them. Now, of course, there's an element in dating of making sure that a guy is generous and hospitable. In my opinion, he should be paying on the date and he should be picking dates that he can pay for. But it's such a weird hyperfixation that the high-value woman dating community has on what a guy spends on you because it really just has no bearing on how he feels about you or how he'll be as a partner.
The obsession over a man's money is all because a lot of modern women just want something for nothing. They feel entitled to a man's resources while providing him essentially nothing in return.
And it's something that you only care about if deep down you know that this is just a farce that you're putting on. Because if you really could take yourself to nice restaurants, you wouldn't be so focused on a guy doing that for you. And of the extremely wealthy men I know, if a girl ever turned down a coffee date with them and tried to use one of those lines from the stupid dating coaches on here and was like, actually, I'm accustomed to more than a coffee date, then he'd kick her to the curb because she'd look like a gold digger. And he'd be right to do that because his future wife isn't someone who's going to be shallow or trashy like that. Now, the kicker here is that most people will date and end up marrying in their same social class. So it's really funny that all this high-value woman dating advice is all about faking it till you make it. Because the thing is, these women aren't even faking it well. They're wearing Shein old money outfits that they saw on TikTok, and they're nickel and diming men thinking that that's how you pretend to be a rich person. And I'm not saying this to shame anyone's financial situation, but I will shame pretending to be something that you're not, especially when you treat people on your level like garbage in order to do it.
The quote-unquote high-value woman dating advice channels are essentially all about sabotaging other women. They are painfully single women who want to keep other women single. That's why they give the dumbest advice imaginable. They know it won't work. That's why they give that advice away so freely.
In your early 30s and single, girl, it is amazing. Don't feel rushed. It is not scary, I promise you. I just got home from seeing 2 girlfriends. I've been out and about, hot girl walks. I just made a chocolate ninja creamy. I'm gonna go out later tonight. The only responsibility I have is to be on a Zoom at 12 o'clock on Monday. And I am booked and busy. Or making your own money, owning your own shit. You don't have to put up with anyone yapping in your ear. Trust me.
Here's the funny thing, even with all of this bragging and posturing about how great being single in your 30s is, if she got a text message from Chad, she would give up everything and pray that he marries her.
You will have kids at some point if you want kids. Do not worry. Do not rush it. You will have time. My mom had my sister when she was 39 without any help. I have many girlfriends that have kids and they're so grateful that they have their kids. But dude, do they wish that they could book a Pilates class whenever they want, or go for a walk, or go out to dinner, or go for drinks whenever they want without having to book a babysitter? Yes. And I'm sorry, I get to do my 10-step skincare without a little guy like yapping in my ear to hurry up. There's a time and a place for everything, so embrace this.
He seriously bashes mothers and says that being single is better because of Pilates classes, skincare routines, and getting intoxicated whenever you want, and they legitimately think that is somehow better than raising your own family. I mean, each to their own, I guess.
I've cut out men and I've cut out dating and I've never been more peaceful. Well, that is great for you. So what I want to know is, who was the first person to tell all the girlies that going on online dating sites is the equivalent of like putting themselves onto a cheap buffet? Or furthermore, who was the first person to tell all the girlies that if they go to a singles event to meet other singles, that they're essentially putting themselves on clearance? Whoever those people were, I want you to step to the front because I want to have a little talk with you.
That's because singles events and dating apps are low-budget buffets, but the best part is even with these low-budget options, men aren't hungry enough to actually go to these things anymore. That's how spoiled a lot of these modern women have become. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.